Welcome Sagittarius and Sagittarius cross watchers to your singles and new love interest reading. So we're going to get where you are, where you're headed, and what you need to know, and then your next love interest for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So thanks for stopping by my channel today. I hope you guys are having a great week. We have the Judgment for where you are now. Sag, I kind of feel like you're, this might sound strange, but I actually feel like you are almost envisioning yourself, like your future self. It feels like either you are setting goals for yourself or you're coming to a place where you feel like whatever it is that you want to reach for is reachable. It's almost all of a sudden I'm out of breath. It feels like you are kind of celebrating yourself, and not in a, flashy look at how great Sag is. It feels more that it's in a very kind of solitary way, right? I feel like there may have been a part of yourself that you were holding back before, that it's almost like you're going to let that come out in play. Then we have the Empress is where you're headed. So regardless of your gender, I feel like you're going to be moving into a place of almost like radical self-acceptance. It feels like you're going to be in a place where you're feeling not just good about who you are, but it's like that you accept yourself as you are, regardless of whatever flaws you have. It doesn't mean you're going to stop improving or stop growing, right? It just seems to be that you seem to accept something about yourself, and that really seems to help you get out of, I'm kind of feeling like there may have been some tough emotions that you've overcome recently. And I feel with that combination that it looks like you're letting go of it. It's almost like you're forgiving yourself for whatever decisions may have brought you to that place. I'm hearing for some of you, you're kind of forgiving yourself for getting more emotional than you wanted to. Hold on for a sec. I also feel for some of you, you may be getting into more like earthy planting sort of stuff. Like maybe you're going to have a garden or some plants indoors, of course, depending on where you are in the world and what the weather looks like outside. For some of you, it could be that you're cooking more and you'll be using a lot of spices. It just feels like that Taurus-y energy, right? That energy of being in touch with your physical body and taking care of what you're eating, what you're wearing, what's around you, right? Okay. So we do have the Magician here at the bottom of the deck. And then what you need to know, wow, we have the Six of Wands. No, my apologies. Seven of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So it's kind of like this. I feel this might be very specific, okay? There may be someone around you. It could be you doing this to yourself, okay? I feel like there is the possibility, kind of as you move into this energy, I almost want to say that you don't get stuck in it. It's just a bit of a heads up, okay? I'm going to call you out a little bit, but I'm not seeing that you're there yet. I'm sorry, I'm just putting some hand cream on. I feel like there's a heads up that you could get a little bit sanctimonious about it. And I feel like it doesn't feel like you intentionally would get there. It just feels like moving from this energy to this energy feels so good that it's almost like you kind of want everyone to feel that good, and you seem to feel that you have some of the answers. And it's like, yeah, you do. You have some of the answers for your situation, right? So I feel like there's this message here that it's almost like, don't feel the need to fix everyone. Sorry, my apologies. One moment, please. Sorry about that, Sag. So the cards were just talking about how it's important that you kind of don't feel like you have to save everybody, that you don't have to almost not recruit people, but it's almost this energy of you feel like you have this kind of the key, right, to kind of unlock happiness. And I feel like you genuinely are coming from a place of wanting to share that with people and remembering what it felt like when you weren't there and how free you feel now. And I feel like there's this message that it's like, it's almost like people need to learn about it slowly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's almost like if you release little tidbits or a little bit here or a little bit there or something like that, it's almost like people will be able to absorb it easier. It's almost like there's this message that even if you did kind of have this, kind of epiphany moment, I feel like it's important to recognize that there was a certain buildup to that, right? So I feel like that may be why it's almost like you may feel that people aren't getting it, that they don't understand. It's almost like they just need some time. It's almost this message of like, remember what it was like back when you were still figuring it out, back when you were kind of laying the groundwork for this. So we're going to get into your next love interest. I'm just looking at which deck we're going to use. Okay. So Sagittarius Sun. Oh. So we have the Five of Pentacles reversed with the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So Sagittarius Sun, it's supposed to be the new love interest, unfortunately, or maybe not unfortunately, depending on your situation. I'm rambling. I feel like this may be somebody that was left out in the cold by you previously. It could be the person that put you in this energy, I'm going to be honest. But it definitely feels like they seem to feel, oh no, Sag. What I'm picking up is that this person seems to feel that you were the problem. And now that you've had this glow up, they're looking at you like, oh, well, Sag has finally fixed themselves. I guess I can go back in because Sag was the problem in the first place. That must be why they have changed. And, oh no, that's, I don't really think this person is going to be coming back around to what they think they're going to be coming to. And I feel like at first you may not, okay? I'm kind of picking up this energy that it's almost like you don't let this person back in, but I feel like you don't, the Magician again. You may not send them away immediately because you're in such a gorgeous energy. But I feel like there's a message here that it's almost like this person may bring out a different side of you. And not a side that it doesn't feel like you're, ashamed of that part of yourself or you are, feeling like you should hide it or anything. It just feels like this person seems to pull a different energy out of you than what energy you're in naturally. And it feels, from what I'm seeing, that it's like if you needed any extra confirmation that leaving this person behind was the right option, you're going to get it. So we're going to pull one more card because it's not super fair that that's the past. New love. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So, okay. The Queen of Pentacles, with the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Okay. So the Queen of Pentacles energy is someone that is very dependable, very reliable. I do feel this person may feel, it's almost like they may know in their head that they have enough to match your energy, but I feel like there seems to be some insecurity that they don't. And it's not even that they think they don't. It's the kind of energy of somebody that has gone through a glow up or kind of was the, proverbial ugly duckling. And it's like they may look like a beautiful swan now, but they still sometimes feel like that ugly duckling. And I feel like that's where that insecurity is coming from. From what I'm seeing, I feel like there does seem to be a certain dynamic between the two of you. And this person, they seem like the kind of person that whoever they're with, they kind of want to give everything they can to that person. Sag, I'm just not so sure it's almost like you may not need anything that this person has to offer, or it's almost like you may be in an energy. Oh, okay. So this person, there's another little bit of insecurity here. It's like they know that you don't need anybody. And I feel like they know that means almost that it's like not only will you maybe not be interested in them, you may not be interested in getting with anybody else necessarily when they come around. You may not be feeling that way right now because you're in this energy, right? This is what's coming up. This person feels like, it's almost like they may have wanted to approach you now when you're in this energy, but because they're the Queen of Pentacles energy and it's like they understand people, and I want to say like, and suffering and healing. It feels like this is the kind of person that if waiting until you're ready to approach you means that they lose their chance with you, they would rather have that happen than approach you and come in and have everything get messy. I think we're just going to get a clarifier. Page of Swords with the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person, they seem to have had a similar experience, right? In growth and healing and all that sort of stuff. But I feel to a certain extent, it feels like they don't talk about it a lot. It feels like the kind of person that has, it's almost like there's a lot of shame involved in theirs. I feel like when they tell people about whatever it was, it's like a huge weight is off their shoulders. But the anticipation of telling people, I feel like they feel that other people will look at them differently when they find out. So they keep it to themselves because they want people to see them as this Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like they may feel, it's the energy of they built what they have, but they seem to feel that others will not look at them in that same light. It's almost like people might look at them like they didn't earn it if people knew that truth about them. So, just going to write down the time. So for those of you with your moon in Sagittarius, new love, moon, we have the, wow, okay. We have the Five of Cups, Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and the Four of Pentacles underneath that. So, and Nine of Wands, like I don't know what's going on with this person. So let's get into it. I feel like this person right now they seem to be filled with regret. It could be about a situation with you. It could be about a situation with someone else. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm not picking it. It's just itchy. Anyway, it just kind of feels like this person has kind of been going through their own personal journey, right? And I feel to a certain extent that they know that there's someone better out there for them. That like there's a kind of like a, you know how when you level up and you let something go that you held dear, but you level up and you get something better than what you had in the first place? It's like they know all of those things. They just seem to be in the midst of feeling the loss, of accepting that they had to walk away or they had to let something go that they really held dear. I feel like it was something that it's almost like they may have looked at it like it would always be around. It would never be something that they would have to let go of. And I feel like this person did. I feel to a certain extent it may have brought them to their knees. It's almost that energy of, if ever you've seen that movie 300, at the very end where Leonidas goes to his knees and they kind of do this like, oh, his helmet was really hot, this and that, this and that. Oh, spoiler alert, sorry. um, and in the beginning of that scene, you think that it's because he's submitting to Xerxes, or Xerxes, however you say that. But then you realize actually that there was a very different intention, right? And so I feel like this person is in that suffering, but they know it's not going to stay that way forever. It feels like there's a certain element of surprise because they had to lose whatever they lost. But it's like the sun. Hang on for a second. I actually feel like this person knows that whatever has exited their life, whatever they're mourning the loss of, it feels like it was a necessary loss. And I feel like the longer that they sit in that energy and they kind of process all those emotions, it actually feels like it's a huge weight off their shoulders. I feel like the dynamic in that may have changed for them. It's almost like it was something they didn't want to let go of. And it's almost like the powers that be, the higher power, the universe had to intervene, and they seem to be relieved to a certain extent that it's over. And it's almost like they're just giving it an appropriate amount of time to mourn the loss before they stand up, dust themselves off, and keep going. And I feel like whatever it is, it seems to have a similar effect in that they are quite a bit happier once it's all over. I feel like when you meet this person, they will be out of this energy. It feels like they'll be in, they'll seem to have this energy of being really free from worrying about other people's judgment or focused on other people or any of that kind of nonsense. It just feels like they seem to have this really free, lightheaded, almost like, not lightheaded, but lighthearted. I'm hearing like non-committal energy, but that doesn't mean, that they are unwilling to commit. It just feels like they don't feel like the kind of person that needs to kind of rush into anything, right? And so it's like they're coming at it from an energy of feeling like they have everything they need, and it's almost like they know what they can live with and they know what they can live without, and that seems to have really set this person free. So maybe it isn't non-committal, maybe it's like this is the freest individual you've ever met, and there seems to be a little bit of a mischievous look in their eye. It's almost like they could be eating a bowl of oatmeal and you can tell by the look in their eye that they're it's almost like they're about to cause a ruckus, but not in a, they're out to hurt people or make people feel bad about themselves. It just feels like this person is, it just feels like the kind of person that they could make selling a coat a fun experience. A lot of fun, a lot of freedom. It's like they seem to have that child or like that youthful exuberance that comes with childhood. But with like the quiet, humble wisdom of someone that knows what life is, like what life's about. You know what I mean? There's a real quiet dignity. I do want to say that there is a lot of pain in this person, of course. And I feel like there's moments where some of that pain may come out. It just feels like it's a healing process that they're working on their own, though. So, just going to mark the time for the next, for Sagittarius Rising. Hold on for a second. Okay, so we're just when I saw the Seven of Swords, I wanted to touch on it. Whatever happened with this person, I do feel that there were things that were taken from them. It's almost like while they were in the midst of this mourning process, somebody seemed to come in and it's almost like, and they picked the bones that were left over. And I feel like this person, it's almost like they knew what they were doing. Hold on for a second. they seem to, it's like part of their energy got a bit of a thrill out of whatever they did, and I feel like part of their energy feels that whatever they've taken was necessary. It seems for their survival. And I feel like there is a pang of guilt that this person feels, that they shouldn't have taken advantage of them that way. But I feel like this person seems to be able to flip it around, that like maybe it wasn't the best thing to do, but they know that your person here, this one here, will learn from this mistake and won't be so trusting in the future. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna go to Sagittarius Rising. Sagittarius Rising. I almost wanted to say like, ooh. Sorry, guys. So we have the High Priestess here. I feel like this person, because we have, okay. We have the High Priestess and the Hierophant, which is kind of like the spiritual version of the Emperor and the Empress. And please don't get too caught up on the genders that would be assigned to Emperor or Empress, or the genders that are represented in the cards, right? It's more about the energetics of it. I feel like this person, they seem to mirror back to you this energy that there was a heads up about, right? If you didn't listen to the singles reading, I'll just give you a quick recap. This energy was about being aware of not becoming too kind of sanctimonious in the kind of glow up, or like, it's almost like you found the key to happiness and you want to share it with other people. And it's almost this energy of like, be aware of how you share that with other people, because I feel like the reading was saying that there is a possibility that you may struggle to do that in a way that is true to who you really are, right? And so I feel like with this combination here, I feel like you're going to see a little bit of that in this person, and it actually seems to keep you humble. Not that you weren't before, okay, but it seems for you guys, Saggy Risings, that you almost have this kind of like natural occurrence in your life that puts up a barrier to any of the negative parts of this energy being a problem for you. I also feel like you realize, you seem to look at, Saggies are usually pretty accepting of other people anyway, right? But I feel like it's almost like, I feel like you understand why people can get so attached to certain dogmas in life. It's almost like you realize that it's, number one, it's about them, but number two, it's almost like they hold on to those dogmas because it makes them feel safe, right? So I feel like if you're somebody that's, kind of like a free thinker and you really do things your own way, I feel like you really come to a place of finding, it just feels like it's a lot easier to accept certain rigidity in other people, because you understand that it's like, it's just something that they need right now. If that makes sense. I do feel that this person, the energetic connection, they seem to get lost in it with you. Or the energetic connection that they feel with you, it feels like they are kind of lost in it. I feel like this person might be somebody that does kind of like astral travel a lot or something like that, but I feel like you'll feel their energy connecting to you. It just doesn't feel very grounded. And I feel like this person, it's almost like there's this possibility that, this might sound strange, but it's the energy of somebody that wants the healing so bad that they might have rushed it. And I feel like there's certain things in their life that keep trying to pull them back into the, the dark, deep waters. And I feel like it's a real struggle for this person to break free. And I feel like they seem to, it's almost like what they need is someone to kind of like ground them. But I feel like they kind of will, you know, poo-poo away that grounding energy, almost wanting to believe that they don't need it. It's the type of energy of somebody that believes so strongly in being able to manifest energy that it's like opportunities will come by for them to manifest what they've, like for them to actually, you know, have tangible progress in something that they're manifesting. And it's like, and they sit and wait on the universe maybe a little too much to come in and do it for them, right? It's like the opportunity comes, but you still have to grab it. So we're just going to pull one more card here. Five of Cups. Wow. Five of Cups reversed with the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to be honest. I feel like this person may have just broken away from a certain religious dogma. It seems to be something that is, it's almost like they may be kind of going into a different kind of spirituality. Excuse me, but I feel like there's something in their conditioning that makes them feel like it's almost like, well, yes, I believe in this or in that, but it's like, but I feel like they have moments where they can't let go of certain things from what they believed previously. I feel to a certain extent this person, not entirely, but I feel to a certain extent this person may be using spirituality as an escape. So, just gonna mark for Sagittarius. So those of you with your Venus in Sagittarius, we have the Sun with the Knight of Wands, which of course is the Sagittarius card, right? So let's pull all these cards together to make sure you can see them. Sag, I feel this person actually seems to be, it's almost like this yin-yang energy, right? I'm kind of getting that the two of you seem to fit together really well. I feel like you're very alike in, it's almost like when the two of you are on the same page, you are 100% on the same page. I feel like when the two of you are not on the same page, I feel like this person may get a little argumentative. It feels like they may, they seem to have this energy of they're right. I feel like there's a little bit of condescension in there, if that's a word. It just feels like when this person thinks that they're right about something, that they get a little bit condescending to you. And I feel like that's not really at all the energy that you're in. It does feel like there's times where, you know, if the two of you were to get into a relationship, that this person doesn't really treat you the way that you want to be treated. I feel like, I'm sorry to say, guys, I feel like this person at first seems to be really great, but it's almost like they feel like they're a lot of work. And that's not to say, like, there's nothing wrong. Like, of course, you put work into relationships, right? But I feel like it's almost like to placate this person, I feel like you kind of have to keep your mouth shut more often than you'd like to. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing wrong with having differing opinions and having a debate about things. But it's almost like this person seems to get a little inflamed when you don't agree with them. And it's almost like they seem to have a bit of a fiery temper here. And it's almost like, from what I'm seeing, even if the two of you do kind of get into something romantic, I feel like for you, it's maybe more a friendship that you would kind of keep at arm's length. It almost feels like you're doing that. Hold on for a second. It's like I feel like you don't want to cut this person out of your life entirely, but it doesn't really feel like they're going to be part of your inner circle. So, Sag, I think I'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here, welcome. I upload twice a week, once on Thursdays and once on Sundays. So please keep an eye out for those if you are so inclined. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.